everybody, welcome back to the Calgary Barbell Post Worlds episode. I'm just gonna, go through a little bit of a recap of what the heck happened down in Texas, and let you guys in on a little bit of where I was that day. So I flew out there Thursday. I competed on Sunday. I think we were there watching one day of the lifting, and then the big Brett Gibbs John Hack battle I watched from my hotel because I just was more into being in bed, knowing full well that I had to compete. So yeah, that was that. I took it pretty easy leading into the meet. I knew that was kind of what I needed to do. Being at the venue kind of tires me out a little bit. You get really emotionally invested in people's performances, and everybody's screaming and yelling, and it's super intense. And you know, I love spectating powerlifting, but that might not be what I needed to do before competing. So Sunday morning, woke up, weigh-in was at 6. Forgot my passport, so I had to run back to the hotel across a big field because there's no sidewalks in Killeen. And went back, got my passport, weighed in 103, so I was nice and light. I usually walk around right around there, so there was no weight cut, nothing like that for me. It was really easy. And then we started lifting. So I opened with 282 on the squat. That moved really well. I didn't get too off balance or anything like that. My hip, I don't think even hurt at all on that rep, which was really cool. And it went like an opener should, which was really a good feeling for me, knowing that you know, a week prior when I took my openers in the gym, it felt like crap and everything hurt. My second, I think we jumped to 297, maybe 295. The plan was to go 310 on the third, but 297 wasn't quite as fast as it should have been for a second. So we jumped to 307. That was just shy of my goal, which was 310 for the competition, 315 being my all-time PR in a meet. And honestly, going into the meet, anything over 300 I was happy with, given the struggle that I had with my hip and all that kind of crap. So hit 307, it moved pretty good, probably could have had another 2.5 there, but I really wanted to make sure that I got it and that we were putting in attempts that would keep me in the running, knowing full well I would lose some ground in the bench press. For the bench, we opened with 162, I believe. Again, to take a step back for a second, I was pretty out of it on most of the attempt selection here. I looked at our Team Canada coaches, Ryan Stinn, Avi Silverberg, and Mark Morris, and said, look guys, I don't want to know where I am in the standings. I don't want to know who's lifted what or whether I'm going to medal in the squat or bench. I just want you guys to do what you're going to do, and I just need to focus on walking out, lifting, and coming back and getting ready to lift again. And those guys did a great job of making sure that I was able to do that, and I think that was a big part of how and why I was so successful on the day. And it was thanks to those guys. So bench press, again, went pretty well. Wasn't quite as fast as I could have been on my seconds. So we only took 175 on my third. I had planned for 180 and kind of thought that would be doable, but looking at the footage and how it felt that day, I think 175 was about what was there, and I think that was the exact right call. It's still that's 7.5 kilo bench PR for me, which is huge because I've always struggled with my bench. I continue to struggle a little bit with my bench, but to see some progress is huge, and I was very, very happy about that. Coming into the deadlifts, I had planned to open at 335, but my last warm-up I caught my fingers on my thigh, and it kind of opened my hand up, and it caused me to lose my balance a little bit. So what we did was we dropped my opener to 330. Which I think again was the right move. Went out, hit that, it moved pretty well. We jumped to 345, 347, somewhere around there on my second. And that wasn't the best rep I've ever pulled. I got a little tipped forward, and the platform had been pretty banged up from people dropping deadlifts on it for a week. And the front of my foot tipped into a little bit of a divot on the platform. My calf cramped. So I almost limped off a little bit, but I managed to roll that out, and that wasn't a problem at all. Came back on my third, and we had put in 363, which would be the world record, and put me potentially in a position for gold medal overall. But Eli Burks jumped up to 368, and we decided the best bet was to take 357. I knew I could smoke that. I've done 5 kilos more than that in training, and it wasn't a max. So I knew I could take that. I knew I could secure silver with that. So that was the reasoning behind that. And going into that lift, that was the first time I really knew what was going on in the standings. I made sure I didn't watch Eli, I didn't watch Stephen Manuel, I didn't watch the other competitors. They had big screens in the back, and I just didn't pay any attention because I didn't want to know. I came into the meet with very few expectations. I didn't plan on doing anything necessarily, or being on the podium. So what I needed to do mentally was just go in there, do what I could do, the best that I could do it that day, and if that was enough, which it turns out it was, I'm ecstatic to have come in second and taken a silver medal at Worlds. It's incredible, and I'm very, very proud of myself. I'm proud of my performance, and thankful to all of the support I've had along the way. So yeah, I went out and pulled the 357. It went real easy, and that secured my second place overall and a gold medal in the deadlift. So Worlds was a great experience. Went on a little bit of a vacation afterwards, and as you can tell, I'm back in here sweating and stinking, doing some restorative work. And then within the next week or so, I should be getting into single ply lifting. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for following me through Worlds. And hopefully we can continue to keep making some cool stuff for you to tune in and check out.